Well, it seems I'm kind of current for once. So March 14th, a first look at Lord of the Rings Tales of Middle-earth. Trademark, of course. I feel like I'm just clinging to this sentiment of wanting to watch Hasbro burn through the decisions they make. Obviously, they're not. You know, Hasbro is far from actually collapsing, regardless of stock price or people griping on it like I do. But it's still interesting, because I do personally think a lot of choices that they are making and continuing to make are to the detriment of the health and the longevity of Magic. So, what do we have? Well, we have the One Ring, of course. Indestructible. When the One Ring enters the battlefield, if you cast it, you gain protection from everything until your next turn. At the beginning of the upkeep, you lose 1 life for each burden counter on the One Ring, put a burden counter on the One Ring, then draw a card for each burden counter. Obviously, you've probably seen it, a lot of people been saying it's a really powerful card. Regardless of if you use its secondary effect, the fact that you can play it to stall a turn is pretty big. Definitely will see play in a lot of decks. There is a weird tempting mechanic with it, where you just have to count to, 4 or more times, and you can insta-win. So it is nice to see, something lore-wise that makes sense. Same with Mount Doom. Although I feel like they missed the mark a little bit with Mount Doom not having a closer interaction with the One Ring to destroy it. So for Mount Doom, sacrifice Mount Doom and a legendary artifact, hint, and then you can choose up to 2 creatures and destroy the rest. So it's a board clear that actually allows you to, save 2 of yours, which is quite strong. I'm not going to actually go through the cards. I'm more interested in, obviously, some of the other discussions. So, the big thing with the One Ring is the fact that there is the One Ring. There is a version of it that is serialized and is only one printing. This is an interesting thing to consider. So I know lots of people have been doing the calculations on actual print sizes for collector booster boxes. Just to show first. So the One Ring can only be found in gift bundles because they have a collector booster, and then collector boosters boxes. The fact that there is one ring at all, obviously it's going to be a big thing. Whoever pulls it, they're going to get some level of notoriety straight away. But there's 2 scenarios from this. So the print run for what I think Dominaria was estimated at over 100,000. So there's a 1 in 100,000 chance that you could pull this. I'm pretty sure that 100,000 was booster boxes, not booster packs as well. So that's something to keep in mind. So this might not be pulled for a long time. I personally feel having only one of it is a detriment. The fact that it's sort of, why would I bother going after this if there is only one? I know there's the other Rings of Powers that have further printings, but the fact that this is the Monumentous Chase card, I don't think they've spoiled what these other ones do. Obviously, you can translate whatever language Lord of the Rings is again. Speech of Sauron. Okay, so there's no... I thought it was Elvish. Anyway, I'm not big on the lore, just to put that out there. The fact that there's only one ring, why would you bother chasing it? The chances, it's literally the lottery at this point. It's not like a lottery card where you can, get X cases and try to find one. It is literally one in the world. If you get it, you get it. But it's not something you can actively seek out, and that, I feel, is a detriment. Though you can sort of tell, trying to boost sales, they're very lucrative in just outlining that you can get in the gift bundle. So, if no one ever pulls it, you got to buy out both the collector boosters and the gift bundles. We do have the extended art. There is a bundle alt art promo version. So this is interesting. It sort of tanks the value, because obviously this is a powerful card, but the fact that you can guarantee one in every bundle, well, actually this I dislike this even more. So there's one in every bundle, there's one in every bundle plus packs. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of copies of the normal versions. But simply, gift bundle, I assume this just is in the collector booster boxes again. No idea why they don't specify that. I doubt you can get it in the packs in the gift bundle, obviously. But yeah, so the fact that there is only one of it, high value chase, not something you can actively seek out. As for the other rings, depending on their effects, maybe. There will be people who want them because they are serialized. So we have 300 Elven, 700 Dwarven, and 900 Human. Obviously 379. I don't understand why they didn't do then 100 One Rings. I think that would be... It would still serve the purpose, unless, you know, you were going to do 379 of them as well. What's the point of doing just one ring? It is a detriment because it's not something you can try to seek out. At least these you can understand if someone's pulled it, I still have a chance to get one too. That mentality. Whereas the One Ring, as soon as it's mentioned or as soon as someone fakes it, it's going to kill the demand or the want or desire to actually go and hunt for it. So, are these serialized too? This is actually interesting. So they're not serialized. So they can be reprinted, in other words, but there is a set amount, so to speak. So you can definitely calculate how many collector booster boxes there are off of these cards and their pull rates. What else? What else do we have? Lord of the Rings. Alright, yes, they're only in English, correct? Elven Dwarven can be found only in... No, so you can find these in any language, but you can only find the One Ring in English. If I remember reading that correctly. Yes, can only be found in a single English language Lord of the Rings collector booster. Overprinted, but you've got the One Ring, so I guess this will hold value. I mean, they'll all hold value, because I feel it could be a stable card again. I don't play, I haven't played for a while, but it is a mechanic that serves well in the majority of decks, having a draw engine, or just having a turn of invincibility, being able to store. Very interested to see what these abilities are. But yeah, so we've got commander sets, we've got normal sets. Important dates. So MagicCon, some spoiler stuff, maybe PAX, whatever. 5th of the 7th, so we're in March, April, May. So it's still 2 months away, or a month and a half. We don't even have March of the Machine yet. This just will be read and forgotten. It is not a viable marketing tactic to try and drum up hype and sustain it to the release when you have other products coming out. You've got March of the Machine, you have March of the Machine Aftermath. Those are the products that should be, you know, publicized. They should be the ones that you were trying to draw hype to if you were going to try to move units. Instead, you know, they're advertising. They're trying to pull from, obviously, the Lord of the Rings community. Again, I still stipulate, if you wanted to collect Lord of the Rings memorabilia, there are far better avenues than Magic cards. Card previews, May to June. And then it's released in July, isn't it? June, card. Yeah. Okay, so end of the month, so that's not too bad. That's about typical for, you know, most cards. Bundle gift edition comes in July. So 2 weeks later, roughly, right? There's the bundles. And so in the first 2 weeks, you could almost think that there is no chance to pull the One Ring again, because there's only the one printing, and as they state, it could be in a gift bundle. So why would you pre-order this? Why would you bother at the current price, mind you? Because again, it is double-ish the price of a normal collector booster box. And then we've got other stuff as well. Holiday release. Yeah, this is what I'm interested in. So, again, we have the mountain of products, starter kits, jumpstart boosters, pre-release packs, set boosts. At this point, pre-release cards, are they actually desired? You know, getting the gold stamp on something valuable. Because there is just so many more iterations of the chase cards in collectors and even set. So I feel like pre-release packs are just... They're not the value they used to be. Jumpstart is a toss-away. Starter kits are just a deck bundle. Depending on the card list, maybe. Commander decks, so you've got side deck and commander deck, and then bundle, gift bundle, and then there was a holiday release, which is probably further down. Right, Realms and Relic box toppers. Can you get them in normal packs? Yes, of course you can. So collector boosters, again, devaluing the box toppers that come with them. It is not difficult to just make them box toppers. Make them unpullable in the set. It would sell more units, because instead of buying packs, buying all these different things, people would want the box toppers. They'd have value again. Okay, we've got a great Henge reprint, so that's tanking. Wasteland, that's a good one. I don't actually know. One, I can't read that. Two, I don't know the card off the top of my head. I know Wasteland. It's good. It destroys non-basic land. It's really decent. And the Great Henge is obviously what's the top card from... I should say it was the top card of Throne of Eldraine, but it's getting a reprint. Okay, so there's 30 total realms and relics, so maybe 15. Wow, that's interesting. I doubt they'll put the rings in it, in their normal iteration, not the Sauron language. There's no other spoilers. There is. There's one card. No, so it looks like it's still the usual. These are other cards, just reimagined with new artwork that is partial to the lore of the setting for the Universe Beyond. So in other words, unless they're a powerful card, they're just crap, due to obviously how many copies there are. Plus, there's one more bonus artifact to show up today. Buy a box promo. That's the one when you pre-order any. Blah blah blah. We don't really do buy a box in Australia. You're lucky if you get one. Well, depending where you go, I'm sure LGS is. Okay, side deck, 2 60-card decks, so they're traditional. And you can get Sauron and Aragorn. Blackagon. Anyway. Bundle, gift bundle, which you do get, I'm pretty sure you get the full Variety Scene set, yeah. So you're guaranteed a copy of the One Ring, obviously, but then you also get the cards that make the tempting mechanic work. I guess it's useful enough. Again, these should be the chase aspects, especially this design. It just seems backwards to me that these are the cards they're giving away, because I personally would want to collect a full set, but I can easily get a full set if I just buy a bundle. That's the mentality to me. Pre-release packs. Build a deck, 2 foil stamp promos. That's interesting too. And a beautiful borderless scene card to assemble. So, I did see these before. Aren't they just blank? Aren't they just the token cards, or proxy cards, so to speak? So, they look nice, but the idea of it is to write on them and destroy them. Interesting. New style. This is the alt art for... I don't like this. Obviously, having a cartography style map is cool, but artwork would have been better, in my opinion, of the locations. And then this is the showcase frame, so to speak, right? Ring frame, they're called, of course. Different terminology, and comes in everything. There's so many different varieties for everything. So, I mean, you've got extended art, and then you have extended art scenes. So, borderless and borderless scenes. Extended art, borderless. Like, I guess extended art just means there's a normal art version. Then so is borderless. Just get your terminology on point. Seriously. Jumpstart. Trash. Sets. Aside from the list, trash. Comes with a box topper, though. Box toppers are trash. Draft. Do come with a box topper. Still trash unless you want to play. Gift bundle, and then the holiday release. So, in November, so that's around Commander Masters, we're going to take you back to this set just to make sure that there's still interest. You get, scene boxes, collector booster, special edition pack with new treatment. I assume that the One Ring won't be in this printing. Jumpstart Volume 2. So instead of draft, you get Jumpstart packs. This is what this is saying. And instead of the normal collector booster, you get a special one with different treatment. If they are only part of the holiday release, then, they could be sought after. This just seems like a worse bundle, though, to be honest. And then Secret Layer stuff. With Lord of the Rings. Wonders Are Not Lost. So they were just placed in Secret Layer, right? Yeah. so you can get some Lord of the Rings cards. I don't know how to feel. I personally still, from everything we've seen this year and everything to come, WotC having decent ideas, Hasbro are just milking it and just going about everything so wrong. I mean, this one of, if they had waited, 2 weeks out after the spoiler, if they kept this card back, sort of like Flesh and Blood does with the Fable card, if they kept it back and then just showcased it 1 to 2 weeks before release, I feel like they'd gain more traction on moving units. Anyway, that's the Lord of the Rings set. My take, for whatever it's worth. So yeah.